Hi everybody! So I just wanted to do a little quick video. If you are subscribed to my blog, I did a full recap of today's events, but I wanted to just let you know, since I had done a video previously about preparing for the Great Salt Lake, I wanted to do a video telling you how it went. Because today was the big race day. It's very exciting. Today was my third time swimming the Great Salt Lake Open Water Marathon Swim, and it's actually just a 1 mile swim, but it's a lot of challenging circumstances when it comes to the Great Salt Lake. It is 6 times saltier than the ocean. So if you think, oh well, it'd be somewhat like the ocean, it's nothing like the ocean. And you step in the water and it feels like your whole body just responds. You feel prickling all over your body. If you have any nicks or anything, you feel it. And your nose burns, your eye, if you certainly, you have to have really good goggles because your eyes will burn. It's just any part, even your ears, your fingernail, underneath your fingernails, you feel it all. But as part of the exhilaration of it is sort of conquering nature and doing something hard. And I think when you do things occasionally that are hard, it helps you to be able to know what to do when life is hard. And you kind of have these mini life metaphors, and I really feel like through swimming I've learned so many great lessons. And today was one of those days. It certainly was. I was really nervous coming up for it because it's just been so difficult the last 2 years for me swimming in the Great Salt Lake, and I honestly thought about not doing it because I'm starting a new job this week, and I just thought, is that just going to be too much to take on? I was out of town. And sorry I haven't been doing as many videos, it's just because of those things, but I've got a lot coming this week. It's going to be very fun. But anyway, I debated about doing it, and I just thought, man, it's really kicked my butt the last 2 years. What am I going to gain from doing it? Why do it? But I'd made a commitment to you guys, and I just wanted to continue to have a voice like mine in our open water community, and I've seen other open water communities that have become really competitive, and I love the fact that ours is open and inclusive and welcoming to people of all different shapes, sizes, interests, athletic abilities, everything. And I love that. And I want to keep that in. I feel like by participating, it's just a little bit of a reminder that this is the kind of person that we want to make sure we include. So those were some of the reasons why I decided to go for it, and I figured, if I don't finish for some reason, I've done it twice before, so everybody knows that I can do it. And so I was still nervous, and still got butterflies before the race, and didn't sleep great this whole week thinking about it and wondering how it would go, because there's just so many unpredictables, especially with the Great Salt Lake. And the last 2 years it's been really windy, and that has made things really hard. You'll sometimes have 4-foot swells, have to deal with, and it's also the Great Salt Lake race is actually a straight shot from one beach to another beach, whereas most open water swims are course. So if you're fighting a current, you fight it the whole mile, which is like swimming 5 miles. I mean, it's so much harder. Whereas like in most races, you're doing that for half the time, because then you're moving around. So that makes it hard. Another thing that makes it really hard is that there isn't anything great to sort of sight off of in the Great Salt Lake. It's salt, so there's not a lot of living things in the Great Salt Lake, and so it's really challenging to swim open water because you just can't sight. And so this year I kind of went with a different strategy. I'm not a great sighter anyway, even in the best conditions, because of my lazy eye, and so it's hard for me to focus, which is the whole point of sighting. So this year I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to swim, and if I'm getting way off, like, the boats will tell me. And it was a really smart strategy. I'm really glad I did that, because it helped me to be able to finish, because they started the race. The beginning of the race was strange. You had to climb over all these boulders in order to get into the water. But after that, I started, and I'd probably gone 5 minutes, maybe not even that, like nothing. And my whole side, like this muscle just completely seized up, and I in just all of this pain. And it's not like a leg pain or an arm pain where you can kind of wiggle it out. It's just like, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is 5 minutes in, like this is an hour-long swim. Am I going to be able to do this? But I luckily there was a kayaker there who was awesome and very supportive, and he just said, you know, just try doing another stroke for a little while, because I've been doing freestyle. And so he said, try doing another stroke. And so that's what I did. And I started doing breaststroke. And I did a lot of breaststroke on this swim because it was so shallow that a lot of the time that was the only thing I could do. So I probably did breaststroke for 2/3 of the swim. So I guess maybe I'm a better breaststroker than I gave myself credit for, although I would never say my form was anything special, that's for sure. But what I did is I kind of divided it up into groups of 100 strokes. So I would do 100 strokes, and then I would rest for 20 seconds, and then I would do another 100, another 100. One, I actually got to 150. That was pretty exciting. By the time I'd done about 5 sets, the cramp had kind of gone away, and so I knew that I could finish, but it still feels so far off. And I've often said when you're swimming open water, it feels like you're on a swimming treadmill. Like you're just never going to get, it's like a mirage, the finish line. You're never going to get there. I mean, you can be so close and it feels really, really far. And so it's a mental achievement as well as a physical achievement. And you really just have to keep pushing yourself to the very end. And so I did. I just kept doing 100 sets, another 100, another 100, another 100. And we got to the point where there was a long section that was actually walking / running to the finish line because it is so shallow right now. You know, I ended up running, well, walking, because I didn't want to run because I was worried, you know, there's so many in that kind of wet beach. It's really easy to turn your ankle, and so I ended up just walking. I'm not a great runner anyway, and I was exhausted. But I got to the finish line, and my time was 1 hour and 4 minutes, which totally blew me away. I still can't believe it. It seems like there must have been something wrong, because the fastest time that I've ever had was 55 minutes, and that was in my peak physical fitness. And last year, my time was 1 hour and 23 minutes. That's how hard last year was. I think this is more indicative of how hard last year was more than how great this year was, because it just about killed me last year. I did not think I was going to finish, and I did. And so this year to get 1 hour 4 minutes was really a big surprise, especially with that cramp in the first 5 minutes. And so I have my medal. And this is my 8th race finish, and I've done Great Salt Lake, like I said, 3 times. And it's just been a great experience, wonderful people, wonderful friends. It's beautiful, and it's just a great challenge. And like I said, it's something I can look back on, and it's kind of like a mini life in the race, I feel like. You start, you face challenges, you have times where you're really feeling good and you're going, and then you'll have times where it's really hard, and then you have the victorious finish. And so it's something that I feel like is valuable just for my own sort of mental happiness, and just to know that I did something that only 28 people did this year in the whole world. That is cool. So I just challenge you to like find something that motivates you, makes you happy, and don't let something superficial stop you from trying to achieve your goals. Don't let your size, don't let anything like that stop you from achieving your goals, because I think most of that can be overcome. You know, I can overcome a cramp, I can overcome other challenges that I have, fibromyalgia, other problems, and I can swim a mile in the Great Salt Lake. So please take that for whatever encouragement that can give you in your life, because there's too many things that are telling people, especially women, that they have to be rescued, and that they can't succeed if they're overweight, or if they're not 100, not a 10 on the attractiveness scale, or whatever is Hollywood's way of objectifying people, and that you have to somehow be rescued and made over and made this great person. And I think that's total ridiculousness. You are great the way that you are, and you can accomplish anything that you want. And I know that's true, see? So go at it, and please share below. Like, share with me. Have you done races? Have you set bold goals? How's that helped you in your life? Please share your experiences. I'd love to hear. So thanks. Bye.